So, hey everyone, it's your girl Kateria Knows. I am chilling, sitting here in my car. We have the moon in the sign of Scorpio today, and me and my girl, my stylist, Ladrina, y'all see I got my hair rocking. We are having a deep discussion that I just want to share with you guys really quickly because it just changed both of our lives. And I'm like, let me just hop on. And it's not even about me sharing it with y'all. It's about me recording this moment, in time, space, reality we call planet Earth. So the discussion we were having was about death. And we were talking about our fears with death, okay? So my girl Ladrina's fear with death, she's a Leo. Her fear with death is the ego aspect. Do you want to say something about that?
Yes, I've always had this thing. My fear of death has always been centered around the what ifs. How is everyone going to function in this world without me? Mm-hmm. And that's me honestly recognizing that I have this ego that says, I don't deserve to die at this age. I don't deserve to die like this.
Right.
And these are the things that allow me to have this level of fear. And I'm at this point.
The ego aspect.
Yes, the ego aspect of it. I'm ready to eliminate that out of my life.
Right.
It caused so much fear for me.
So that fear is not mine. I've never had that fear of death. And I didn't even know that people had a different fear of death before. My only fear with death is the pain aspect of death. Okay. And so I'm like, what is it that is going to make it to where you die? That's the fucking part that scares me when it comes to death. I don't want to feel that shit. Let me be sedated. You feel me? And so hearing her fear with death, and I was just thinking like, so many people may have their different feelings and fear when it comes to the very notion that we all will leave Earth one day, right? So while we were talking about this, I was helping her with her fear of death because I don't have that shit for whatsoever. I don't give a fuck. Like my ego, I know that we exist forever. I know that we're a part of source consciousness. We are all one being manifested in many different forms in these different bodies, and we live for an eternity. I get that aspect. And I know I was sharing with her that by the time she leaves Earth and gets over her fear of losing her ego, dude, the ego is gonna live her ego in the work that she does on Earth, her pictures, her videos, her children, her grandchildren, and her as a physical being, because the ego is the physical and the ego is the identity. That part of her is gonna live way longer than her fear of it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to be here. That's her, and everything she's doing on planet Earth is going to be on planet Earth for the next 500 years. The impact, the pictures, and all of the stuff that she's leaving on Earth. The ego aspect is going to be here. I used Prince as an example. Prince made all this amazing music and artwork and things of the sort, and that aspect of him is here. We just learned about a new Prince song called Donald Trump in the time, and he's not even here no more, but we still learning new stuff about him. So the ego is going to be here on Earth, right? And so I was like, but the pain aspect is what freaks me out. So that gave her enlightenment. She started crying and stuff. I'm over here like, wow.
I'm blown away. Like my ego has been healed. I'm going to use that word healed because in the midst of this conversation, as I broke it down to her, I really shared and shredded my own ego and became very humble and honest. The most honest I've ever been with anyone in regards to death. My honest fears were the fact that my ego is so intense,
Leo,
that I feel the fact that I should not die until I have accomplished everything that I feel that I have not accomplished yet. I feel like I should not leave this earth in a violent way. I should not leave this earth in a dramatic way that's too painful. And I feel like I should design the exact way that I leave the earth. And here's the thing.
Ego.
What makes me so special and different from all of existence that I get to choose when it's my time to go and how I go and where I go and what time frames or the things that I should have done within that level of time. Why am I so controlling in that aspect?
So that takes me to the next point of this talk. So my issue being the pain aspect of death, I'm like, we have so much pain with death. It's so painful that your consciousness cannot conceive it, that it leaves. But your consciousness, I've been told by the ancestral realm, by the time you reach the threshold of the biggest pain, your consciousness cannot conceive the pain of death that you leave. So her issue with death and my issue with death don't exist. They don't even exist, because my issue is the pain, but you don't even feel the pain because your consciousness already has left by the time you actually feel the real pain. Literally, God does not put more on you than you can bear. The ego is going to be here for hundreds of years. I mean, we still talking about Queen T in the ancient Egyptians long after they gone. So the ego is going to be here. Now, that takes me to the point of control, letting go of control. We are coming out of the 12,000 year precession of Capricorn, which is all about control. But control comes from fear. The only reason why you feel like you need to control something is because you fear the lack of having control of that thing. Okay. And so we're out of the 12,000 year precession of Capricorn, and fear is ruled by Pisces. Okay, we're out of the 2,000 year age of Pisces. Pisces rules fear, and it also rules illusions and lies and deceptions. All of our fears of death are lies that we tell ourselves. Okay, and I know other people have different ideas and different fears of death, but guess what? Fear is an illusion. Okay, all that the Creator wants us to do, the reason why we have the plants in front of us, the sun in front of us, the trees, they're just existing, they're just being. We are being told to just be, just live, because all of the fears that you even have within this existence don't really exist. Just go, because by the time you even hit whatever you're in fear of, you're gonna have a whole nother state of consciousness to understand that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? In regards to death, I'm talking about in regards to death, not in regards to other things, becoming paralyzed and all of that type of stuff, because I know that stuff could be very scary. But even then, that is a form of death, and you will take on another form of consciousness that will come to accept that experience. But this is the moon and Scorpio talk, so we're talking about transcending on a physical level past this realm. Okay, so I just wanted to get on here. I wanted to share this word because I really want to have the memory of this talk, because I feel, in my girl right here, we feel so enlivened in this moment that it has to be captured. Like, I feel like I could just live and just be and just do and just talk and just share and just and just like express myself to my fullest capability and extent without being caught up in the fear of nothing, because the Creator doesn't want us to be in fear. Like, the Creator's like, we have these beautiful human bodies and this intelligence. This is a fucking vacation, and we're in fear of it. This is a vacation because our energy body lives forever. It cannot be destroyed. This literally, life is but a dream, because life cannot be our energy body lives for an eternity, and life is only 50 years, 60 years, sometimes 2 years, sometimes 150 years, 300, a million years. You cannot fraction that number into eternity for shit. There's no mathematical equations that you could possibly do to quantify your time here on earth in comparison to infinity. So life is just a dream. And dreams are ruled by Pisces too. She and I both got the moon in Pisces. Y'all could tell, I'm sure. But yes, y'all. Did you want to say something else, sis?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, if we think and we celebrate life as such a beautiful thing, then death has to be beautiful because it's a part of life.
It is.
I am so free right now, and I am so happy.
Yes.
I am filled with so much joy, and my heart is lighter. It's much lighter now that I realize that this is a part of the whole beauty of the story.
Yes. Death. And you know, that takes me to my point where I was talking about unconditional and eternal love. If you really love something entirely, that means you're going to love the entire process of that thing, because the entire process of that thing created that thing to be what it is. Even your death creates you to be what you are. You know what I'm saying? So you have to love even the death aspect of it.
It's a beautiful aspect to who we are as well.
Yes.
It is so beautiful.
So
I accept it.
I accept. And yo, the full moon in Libra, I'm happy you said accept. The full moon in Libra is teaching you that what you accept becomes the exception. Okay? So when you come to accept something, it's no longer taunting you because you no longer have any resistance or fight towards it. It's just like, okay, you know what? I accept that I look like this. And then you now go, you don't even look like that no more because you accept it. Now you like see through it. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You don't even see what the issue was. You know, like, it's so interesting. Libra rules accepting, the accepting of a thing. It's the merging of something. But when you merge with something, it takes on a new form, a new being. It becomes the exception. It doesn't exist. Dude, all these paradoxes, you guys. I have another status that I want to put up again where I say, when you come to know, understand, and accept the paradoxes of reality and life, that's where you'll find true peace and true freedom. That's that in between position in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been listening to Gnarls Barkley's album, Saint Elsewhere. He has this song called Who Cares? And he says, it's deep how you can be so shallow. And he says, I'm afraid because I have no fear. Paradoxal. You know what I'm saying? And he says, I didn't believe in magic until I watched you disappear. Everything is that center point. The paradoxes of reality gets us to that center point. That's the masculine and the feminine. That's the God consciousness, the God particle. That is the source particle of all existence. It's in between. Death, it makes life beautiful. If we didn't have death, we wouldn't even be doing the things that we do in this life. You know what I'm saying? Evil creates good. The evil that I've experienced in my life is the reason why I do good on earth. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when people have it too good, they start to create evil in the world. But life is always seeking balance. It's always seeking balance because it's always getting back to that center point. This is the full moon in Libra energy. Understand, when we have full moons, we experience that energy for 2 weeks to 6 months. So tap in to what this message that source is bringing. I am going to share this. I hope you all that are just now jumping on, that you actually tune in to this moon and Scorpio talk, because it's been so enlivening and so enlightening. And there's more that is in my chest and more that is in my body. You know what I'm saying? In regards to this particular message, but I have to learn how to fully translate it into English terms. And when I do, I will share. I love you all. Peace. Follow my girl. What's your name on?
Ladrina the Hairstylist on Instagram.
At Ladrina the Hairstylist on IG. Check her out. She's incredible. She's the only woman that I have, besides Koshana Jones, the manifestor, touch my hair, because her energy is so pure. And you know, your hair is your antenna, and you gotta have a clean, pure antenna to channel, to to have a high vibrational frequency. So this is my girl, does my hair. I finally rocking a new style, you guys. Hair done grew, by the help of my girl and all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'll catch you guys. Love y'all so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah.